think I have a bit of a crush on Salma Hayek. I'm just saying. 7 o'clock on the dot. It is time for your news. Good morning. After years of public resistance to smart meters, the provincial government is backing away from mandatory installation, but the move will come at a cost to customers. People who have resisted the wireless meters will be offered a compromise. BC Hydro is planning on installing digital meters and disabling their ability to send radio signals. But the government says those who want that will have to cover the extra cost of maintenance. Critics have cited health concerns over radiation from smart meters. Hydro and the government insist they're safe.
I think what it demonstrates is a corporation that's been led by the nose by a government that is randomly making up policy as they go. We said before the election that an opt-out provision was appropriate. It's done in other jurisdictions. Quebec is leading the way here in Canada. There are jurisdictions in the United States that are going this route. It's about time.
Results of the province-wide gun amnesty program conducted last month are going to be shown to the public today. The program allows British Columbians who have illegal or unwanted firearms an opportunity to voluntarily surrender them to police for safe disposal. During the amnesty, police are not recommending weapons-related charges that might otherwise apply against people turning in these items. This year's program was going normally until Abbotsford police recovered a military-grade missile more than 6 feet long. Canadian border agents at the truck crossing are touting a major drug bust. Agents pulled over a truck carrying food products from California and found 56 bricks of cocaine inside. The 62 kilos of coke were found in 5 boxes placed atop 2 pallets of food. 31-year-old driver was arrested and faces charges. This is the biggest cocaine seizure in the border in 2 years. Elections BC has given Dana Larson some good news. It's approved his petition on marijuana decriminalization. Larson can start collecting signatures on September 9th, and he'll have until November to get support from 10% of voters in BC's 85 ridings. Larson wants to change the Police Act, preventing officers from enforcing laws against pot possession. His idea could also force a province-wide referendum on the issue. The driver allegedly responsible for a fatal hit-and-run in Burnaby has turned herself in. The 29-year-old woman admitted hitting cyclist Edward Simpkins in Burnaby almost 2 weeks ago. The 72-year-old died on scene at 13th Avenue and Wright Street. Simpkins' family held a news conference days afterwards, pleading for the driver to come forward. Her vehicle has now been seized and has little damage.
We don't have the vehicle in its situation where it took place. We don't have any of the evidence. We don't know the state of mind of the person at the time. We don't know if they were influenced by drugs or alcohol. There's all sorts of things that we just don't know when people leave the scene of a crash like that. So she did the right thing and came forward, and I'm hoping that this doesn't occur to anyone ever again.
RCMP would still like to speak to someone driving a 4-door hatchback who came across the accident right after it happened. Amy Taylor is a new mother, struggling after a diagnosis of stage 4 colon cancer, but Taylor and her 5-month-old daughter are getting by with some help from friends. Taylor, who works in the healthcare industry, hopes to provide a year's worth of breast milk for her baby, but as she is going into chemo soon, she won't be able to breastfeed. Her friend Margot Tafts stepped in and is now 1/4 of the way to her goal of 5,800 ounces of breast milk to be frozen and used as needed.
I wish I could do more. I wish that more than anything that my friend wasn't going through this, basically. And this is just a small thing.
If you would like to help donate milk or help financially, you can contact Margot at margot@margotsecrets.com. All right, just coming up to 7:05, a little bit of sports for you. It's week 3 in the CFL, and tomorrow the Lions are headed to Edmonton to face off against the Eskimos. The Lions will be without Sean Gore in tomorrow's matchup. Gore is recovering from a concussion suffered in last week's game versus Toronto. Paris Jackson will likely step into the role of receiver and is looking to make the most of this opportunity.
The thing that I really respect and appreciate about Paris is, he's never complained about his role. He just goes out and does his job. And when he comes out on the field, I have good history throwing the ball to Paris, so my confidence doesn't waver one bit.
It's hard to replace a guy like Sean Gore with his speed and his aggressiveness. So, I'm just going to bring in my veteran savviness and go in there and make plays when the ball's up in the air, and come down with it and try to get the offense basically on the same point. And when the ball's up in the air, make a play and make sure I get in the end zone.
And you can catch that game tomorrow night starting at 6:30. Also this weekend, you can see the Vancouver Whitecaps take on the Chicago Fire. Will they remain undefeated at home, those Whitecaps FC? That game goes Sunday, 4 o'clock. You can catch it on Sportsnet.